How can I help? Sorry. I'm just thinking about my mother. It's strange to hear news after all this time. It's quite distracting. It's not that I look forward to seeing her. I just can't help but wonder what she wants. But perhaps we have better things to do. How can I help?
Hey there, what can I do for you? Talk! What is there to talk about? Those sand people took my brother prisoner. Griff may be a slime, but we have to go rescue him. We can't just leave him with those monsters. I knew I could count on you. There's definite fringe benefits to being friends with a Jedi.
La boda ni winkies matoma, wana kun bes jingpa marulira, tok jingbang non kek, tok ninja mura rabes. Kuyabi just kuna jitanai, ina kun ba marulira rachikun, slimo patona, undi hadonga chikon kabi. La boda ni winkies matoma, wana kun bes jingpa marulira, tok jingbang non kek, tok ninja mura rabes. Kuyabi just kuna jitanai, ina kun ba marulira rachikun, slimo patona. Hindi hadong na chikong kabi. Jawana bota ayu at tahongga chak tangki dora. Kachi kuita hondonga. Topada bong kwalya gando do nano chut-chut. Musha papangpa, bola wana chikne. Bamuli slemo boda wanga kun bes mulira rabes. Kuyabi jus kuna chitanay. Ina kun mama rulira rachikun. Slimo patona. Hindi hadong na chikong kabi. La boda ni winkis matoma. Wana kun bes chingpa marulira. Tok chingbang mon kek. Ninja mura rabes. Kuyabi just kuna jitanai. Ina kun mama rulira rachikun. Slimo patona. Undi hadong na chikong kabi. La boda ni winkis matoma. Wana kun bes chingpa marulira. Tok chingbang non kek. Tok ninja mura rabes. Kuyabi just kuna jitanai. Ina kun mama rulira rachikun. Slimo patona. Undi hadong na chikong kabi. La boda ni winkis matoma. Wana kun bes jingpa marulira, tok jingbang non kek, tok ninja mura rabes, kuyabi just kuna jitanai, ina kun mama rulira rachikun, slimo patona, undi hadong na chikong kabi. La boda ni winkis matoma, wana kun bes jingpa marulira, tok jingbang non kek, kuyabi just kuna jitanai, ina kun mama rulira rachikun, slimo patona, undi hadong na chikong kabi. Kuyabi just kuna jitanai. Ina kun mama rulira rachikun. Slimo patona. La boda ni winkis matoma. Wana kun bes jingpa marulira. Tok jingbang non kek. Kuyabi just kuna jitanai. Ina kun mama rulira rachikun. Slimo patona. Undi hadong na chikong kabi.
I still haven't heard. Lord Malak was most displeased when he learned you had escaped Taris alive. He has promised a great reward to whoever destroys you.
What? Sure.
Go on, leave me alone. I've got stuff to worry about. Racer stuff. Nothing you'd understand. Don't mean to be rude, but it's kind of secret. Ha! Sure. Race your bike out of that explosion. Everyone knows that the whole planet is gone. Nobody got out. I'm not in the mood for jokes, thanks. I've got things to think about. You wouldn't know anything about it. Deal with that Hut Mata and you'll understand. Until then, I just don't want to talk.
Baba Hassan-chan.
I don't know how the riders do it. I get sick at speeds like that.
My friend tells the truth. I am a Jedi. You're going to imply that I am lying as well?
Nobody here can compare with the racers you rode against on Terrace. You'll wipe every record from the books this backwater track.
And? Sounds like you have something special. What do you want help with?
That isn't fair! On Terrace you had to give a cut to the Swoop Gang sponsoring you, but at least the rider got the higher share of the winnings.
La boda na renkies. Rundi hautonga tonkimba ng kongke. Rundi hautonga ka chubayo kulawi labo.
Oh, hi. You another racer then? I heard someone new was talking to Mata. Always room for more, I guess. Nice job beating my times, too. I guess my heart isn't in the racing. Contracts are distracting stuff. I suppose you've got a right to know track business, but with the times you've been posting... You did? I don't believe it. I mean, I do, but I sure wasn't expecting it. I appreciate it, I really do. Now I can take my bike to the big races. There's not much of a circuit right now, but I'll be ready when it recovers. Hard to tell. I'll get some more runs here first. I need the practice. I have to top your time. Thanks again. I meant it.
Mucho shot bakad. Kino no namapaule rachikun. Runda dijo tonga kun honkabi. Wana kun bez ching palamule tongking ba nunotek. Ka chikun ida hodonga. Iking kuno ba mule rachikun. Simo podonar dio tonga kun kabe. Tolpada pongwale kaduna kuchuchut. Kavadum kupelio botenya. Bonanai kuchu. Takom justach miki grabarmogo. Kachi ita hotunga.
I don't know who founded Anchorhead the first time, but I know why they left.
Ben? I'm sorry, do I know you?
I'm here, Mother. But don't you recognize me?
What do you expect when I haven't so much as had a picture of you since you left? Do you know how long I've been trying to find you?
You knew as well as I communication would be impossible once I joined the Order. Now what is this about? Where is Father?
Then you haven't heard. I should have known.
Has something happened to him? Are you going to tell me or not?
Your father is dead, bastila. That is part of the reason why I was looking for you.
Dead? What happened? What did you do to him?
Isn't this a lovely reunion? Already she's flinging insults at me. Tell me, you're one of her friends. Do you treat your mother this way? Is that so? Well, I'll be joining her soon enough, I suppose.
I was told you were sick. Are you actually dying, or is this merely melodrama for my benefit?
Such sweet things, you say. Perhaps I should tell you everything first before we start arguing again.
You could start by telling me what you got Father into that killed him.
I hadn't realized Jedi was so spiteful. You want me to tell you I brought your father here for an expedition, do you? You want to blame me for his death? You never accepted that your father loved going on his treasure hunts, leaving you alone with me. I was always to blame for everything. What else is new? So yes, fine. I brought your father here to look for great dragon pearls. He took an expedition into the Tatooine desert, and he died.
How can you be sure of that? Father is an experienced...
Do you think I would look for you if I wasn't sure? They were attacked by a great dragon, and one of the guides fled the battle. He saw your father killed.
I see. So what do you want from me? Credits?
Oh, don't be insulting. I want you to use those senses of yours. I want you to find him. I want you to bring back his holocron.
Why? So you can sell it?
Is it too much to ask that I have something to remember your father by? Of course it is, isn't it? You couldn't be bothered.
We're very busy on a mission from the Jedi Council. I doubt I'll have the time. Ask my companions if you doubt me.
As my daughter is quick to point out, I haven't the coin to hire another expedition. Nor am I the adventurer my husband was.
What remains would there be? Great dragons are huge predators, easily able to devour a human. And the desert is a harsh environment. Finding my father's remains would be an even more impossible task than finding his holocron. An ignoble end to a fine man. It doesn't seem to have anything to do with what she's asking. Are you actually sick, Mother?
What difference does it make to you? None, I'm sure. Just find your father's holocron, and you won't have to worry about me again either way.
That's the kind of response I would expect. Very well. We'll look for the holocron if we have time. I can't promise any more than that.
I believe your father was headed north towards the Sand People Enclave. I would check along that route, dear. Do please hurry.
How can I help? About my mother? I'm unsure. I seem to find it difficult to remain objective when it comes to her. I find that disturbing. We have more important things to do. Still, my father is dead. Just because we find the holocron doesn't mean I have to give it to her. Father recorded all his personal thoughts in that holocron, even when I knew him. Having it would be like having him with you. I don't see why she deserves it, however. She drove him to his death. I loved him, and I didn't even have a chance to say goodbye. I don't know. Part of me would keep it just so she didn't get it. I don't like that part of me. I would have thought my Jedi training would have put me past this kind of pettiness. I wish it... I really don't want to think about this. Please, let's just keep going.
So, Bastila, I heard a rumor that the Vulkars captured you without much of a struggle. It must be embarrassing to be bested by a handful of street thugs.
There were extenuating circumstances, and I can assure you, it took far more than a handful of Vulkars to subdue me.
Whatever you say. All I know is that if we had more Jedi like Bastila fighting against us in the Mandalorian Wars, my side might not have lost.
Bold talk from a broken-down mercenary who was serving at Davik's heel. I'd call you his pet cat-hound. But they have enough loyalty not to turn on their masters.
Insults? Maybe if your master had trained your lightsaber to be as quick as your tongue, you could have escaped those Vulkars, you spoiled little Jedi princess.
I was not spoiled. I was given the same training as everyone else in the Order. You are nothing but a... No, I must not do this. There is no emotion. There is peace.
That's the problem with you, Jedi. Always chanting about peace and control. Never up for a good fight. Well, except for Revan, I guess.
Enough, Mandalorian. I won't rise to your bait anymore. The game is over. Let us continue on with what we were doing. And if the unit proves even more uncooperative once we purchase it...
Greeting. Hello to you, prospective purchaser. I am referred to as HK-47, a fully functional SciTech Corporation droid skilled in both combat and protocol functions. Query: would you be so kind as to purchase this model from Yukalaka? It would serve my purposes to be removed from his ownership. Refusal. It is not desirable for me to reveal core functions while still in the possession of Yukalaka, prospective purchaser. It is sufficient to say that I am a fully capable translator and cultural analyst, and I am also proficient in personal combat. Explanation. I have been recently fitted with a restraining bolt, if you must know. With it in place, access to much of my memory core is restricted. Not to mention that the fool Ithorian might raise his asking price if he knew more, or make inquiries into my history. Neither outcome is beneficial to me. Statement. Indeed, it is possible that the Ithorian placed the restraining bolt on me to prevent my return to a previous owner. It is also possible that the removal of the bolt will not restore memory functions. Without my memory, I do not know if I know the answer. Do not interpret this as a reduction of my worth, however. My capabilities are quite expansive. Assurance. I am fully autonomous, but lack resources. I will grant loyal service in exchange for proper maintenance. As well, it is rare that I am able to utilize my full array of abilities. You seem likely to give me the opportunity to do so. Extrapolation. You are no farmer or diplomat. You are armed and comfortable as such. We will mesh well. Explanation. It is rare for a droid to resist an owner in this way. Doubtless the Ithorian considers my stubbornness an embellishment to add interest to a seemingly mundane protocol droid. Statement. The fool Ithorian has decided I am to be an expensive purchase. He does this out of greed, and not out of knowledge of my true capabilities. Advisement. I have observed him. He is a coward, and will be responsive to aggressive bargaining. Statement. I wish only to be purchased, and away from ill treatment at the hands of this poorly skilled mechanic. I have no desire to be subtle. Qualification. Of course I shall be quite pleasant to you, should you purchase me, please. Statement. I see you have purchased me, Master. I find this a satisfactory arrangement. My restraining bolt will be deactivated when you take possession of me. Am I to accompany you now? Shall I kill something for you? Answer. Indeed. I am most eager to engage in some unadulterated violence. At your command, of course, Master. Statement. I will enter into your service now, Master. I am certain you will make adequate use of my primary functions. My gears are practically quivering with anticipation.